And a good morning on Sunday, January 22nd, 2023. The Bills will be playing at home, some championship division, something. So we're getting out a little bit early to do some things. So we have a chainsaw. This is new. We have our rope bag. We have our bag of slings and pulleys, carabiners and tow straps. Come along, shackles, chainsaw bucket of supplies. So we got a little bit of walk. Give it a thought, see what we're going to be working on today. Well, if you were thinking that we're going to try to work on that Widowmaker, that horizontal broken branch suspended up there, you're right. We have an idea of what we're going to try, and this is what has come in. We're going to try to throw a line up and over, and then we're going to pull a thicker rope over and tug a bit, and usually they don't budge as easy as you think, so then we're going to have to pull up a tow strap up and over and put it to a come along and give it a yank and see what we got. It almost seems like this is the more open vantage point for throwing up a rope. Alright, we have a throwing bag and a throwing line. Let's put my foot next to it so you can tell the size of it. So we're gonna use this in a bit. So I'm gonna try to remember how to tie the knots on there, and then we're gonna give it a toss and see if we can get it up and over. Yeah. Okay, so we didn't show you how you threw it. It's kind of hard to see because it's a very thin line, but I'll jiggle it and you can see it goes up and over. And let's see, it comes down. And the throw bag on the other end. Let's see if we can see the throw bag moving. No, too far away, too small. But we're going to tie another line to it, pull it back. So we swapped out the thin throw line for a little bit heavier poly line. Might be easier to see going up here. Let's see if I can get a better grab on it. So there it is, and a couple of tugs. You can see it's stuck pretty well in the crotch of that tree there. Let's see. I'll do a couple of tugs. Yeah, so I think we need to do is pull the other end. So I have to pull this down and put the rope on the other end of that, because that's the heavy part. It's not. I thought it might flip this way and come off, but all right, gotta take it down. Okay, we threw the throw line and bag over, connected a poly line, light poly line, and you can kind of see going up over. We've pulled it a couple times. It's not budging very much, so we're probably gonna have to pull harder, but that tree right there is dead and it moves a lot since it's stuck right in the crotch there. So if we pull hard enough, we'll probably pull that tree right down. And that poly line is probably not gonna, it'll probably snap if we pull hard enough to dislodge it. So we need a bigger rope or some straps. We'll have to see. Well, it is no longer up in the crotch of that tree. It is now this thing that's just stuck up there, came down. So, you know, maybe it was better it wasn't on, I didn't have a tripod set up with a camera. Yeah, so I pulled a lot way over to there. I pulled a lot from way over here. I came just back over here and I tugged it a little bit and it came loose. So I guess you just don't know what it takes to move them, and it came kaboom, and it got hung up in the tree. And if it didn't get hung up in the tree right there at the very top, it probably would, can't say it would have, but it was headed where I was standing, where I gently pulled it. So I did have my helmet on. I guess that would have saved some part of me. Yeah, so you just don't know how these critters are gonna go. So the next few thoughts are go on the other side of that tree from behind and push gently, and if that doesn't work, pick up the butt end and we're going to drag it this way a little bit till the top of the tree falls out. That's the plan, and they don't always go as you expect. Alright, we're going to go give a little sideway push or a butt pull and see what happens. For insurance purposes, we'll be the first. So, once again, what seemed like it should be trivial, when that fell, that butt end buried itself in the ground, so it was almost like it was a planted tree, so it just doesn't, it wouldn't really rotate, and it took quite a bit to push it to get it moving. But it's on the ground now, so we're going to get the chainsaw and clean up the other pieces that fell down. Alright, we're packed up. We're just do what we like to do and take a little walk of the project site. Make sure we cleaned up all our tools, ponder some lessons learned. So we cleaned all this up, and I'm walking this way just because I was using my chainsaw all the way down this way to clean up stuff. All the way down to here. So that's where it was, hung up, and we pulled, and I got it down. So, a couple of thoughts. I really enjoyed getting the throw line out and a throw bag and the ropes. Brought back lots of good memories of doing that a few years ago when I was doing some tree work. Another thing is that you think you know where the best pull spot is, and you put the rope up and it doesn't budge, and you put it somewhere else and it still doesn't budge, and you pull the direction you think you need to pull, and then you move somewhere else and just gently tug on it, almost trip over the damn rope, and the thing comes flying out of the tree. So each tug, each pull could be the one. So I was not prepared for that branch to move out of the tree. I'm glad it got hung up where it did, because things might have been a little unpleasant if it didn't. So that was a lesson I will remember on our next adventure. Sounds like we got a helicopter coming in. Might be Mercy flight. Let's see if we can zoom in. There we are. There we are. I think I lost them in the trees. Might be Mercy flight. Might be some security for the football game later this afternoon at the stadium. What other thoughts? Yeah, I guess when that branch got held up in the tree, it was kind of one of those reminders that, you know, there's benevolent beings watching out for you sometimes. That's all I can explain. I can explain things, and just to be aware and grateful that there's people out, energies, entities, people, whatever, on the other side, looking out for you. So thank you.